Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. After separating from Kody Brown, Sister Wives actress Janelle Brown may have been able to go on with her life, but in recent remarks, she also discussed how Robin Brown affected her choice to leave the family. Janelle was the most sensible and reliable of the first three spouses during her approximately 30-year marriage to Kody. Janelle's ability to handle the family's finances was invaluable, and she instantly recognized changes when Robin arrived, even if she wasn't in the business of comparing herself to Christine or Mary Brown. In the past, Janelle has never been outspoken about Robin's spending patterns, but now that she and Kody are divorced, she has nothing to lose and isn't suppressing her emotions for the sake of politeness. It's evident that Janelle and Mary are more righteous than Kody and Robin regarding their sale of the land, even though Sister Wives Season 19 had a breaking point between the two sides of the Kody Pass deal. Janelle is expressing her own feelings while going through a lot of pain. The show has positioned Kody and Robin as the antagonists while Christine, Janelle, and Mary are portrayed as the larger characters as Sister Wives has revealed more about their role at Kody Pass. In the end, Kody is more in love with Robin than he was with any of his other wives, even though this may seem a touch shiny when compared to the real circumstances of their marriage. Knowing that Kody isn't holding back has contributed to Janelle's choice to talk candidly about the family's past hardships. Given Kody's increased disclosure of his lack of affection for his first wives, which he recently walked away from, Janelle felt more at ease discussing the true circumstances surrounding Robin's early arrival into the family. Janelle talked about how she, Christine, and Mary had to make difficult choices regarding their lives and families, but Robin didn't have to endure hardship during those trying times when money was scarce and legal matters were urgent. In contrast, Robin entered a well-oiled machine and benefited from the labors of the founding trio. Robin has been a part of the Brown family for a long time, but her experiences have been very different from those of any of Kody's first spouses. Robin attempted to make herself the focus of the family rather than attempting to comprehend that her station in life was different because of the sacrifices made by Janelle, Mary, and Christine in their previous days with Kody. Given how Robin describes her early years in the Big Brown family, Janelle's statement that Robin never had to deal with them as a family, which united the original trio, makes a lot of sense. Since Janelle has been more forthright in her criticism of Kody and Robin, it has become evident that Robin played a role in her choice to break up with Kody. Although Kody's general behavior was the main cause of the problem, Robin's influence over the patriarch of the Brown family has negatively impacted all of his relationships, romantic and otherwise. It became evident that Kody wasn't the only issue in her lengthy marriage and that there were other factors at play when Janelle revealed on Sister Wives with Robin that things had been simmering beneath the surface for years. The Browns identified as fundamentalist Mormons at the time of Sister Wives' 2010 premiere. The Apostolic United Brethren, AUB, a conservative sect regarded as a subset of Orthodox Mormonism, was the family who practiced polygamy. Although polygamy was outlawed by the LDS Church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, in 1890, the AUB and a number of other fundamentalist organizations still engage in the practice because they think it's necessary to achieve the highest degree of exaltation in the hereafter. Although it is recommended but not required, polygamy is not practiced by all AUB members. However, polygamy appeared to be both a lifestyle choice and a religious obligation for the Brown family. But, at least in comparison to Season 1, the family's relationship with religion has evolved along with their marital situations. Long before reality TV cameras were invented, the majority of the Brown family members were religious. Promoting their religious views and normalizing plural marriage may have been some of their reasons for appearing on the TLC program. Christine, Mary, and Kody grew up in polygamous families. They probably chose the lifestyle for themselves as adults because they had favorable opinions on and models of polygamous families. Although Janelle grew up practicing mainstream LDS and was not raised in plural marriage, her mother eventually became a polygamist. Before they were married, Kody and Janelle were officially step-siblings because she was actually Kody's father's second wife. Prior to joining the Browns, Robin was the only wife without a background of polygamy. She left an abusive marriage with 3 children of her own and has stated repeatedly that she was drawn to the stability that multiple marriage offered. This gives the impression that her motivations for joining were pragmatic and personal rather than religious. Since she is now Kody's only surviving wife, their relationship is inadvertently monogamous. Robyn has stated that she would like to resume polygamy, while Kody seemed content with only one wife. However, it appears to be driven more by the same security and sense of community she was initially seeking than by religion. In any event, the family's faith was frequently discussed in the first several seasons of Sister Wives. When they lived in Utah, they would frequently talk about their views and behaviors on camera and attend community gatherings. However, their religious community was severely disrupted when they moved to Las Vegas after leaving the state under duress from the law. Online fans have brought attention to the show's lack of church services. At one time, Kody was hosting unofficial services for the family and guests at their house. However, his sermons came across as clumsy and theatrical. Since Sister Wives ratings have continued to soar in concert with their disassociation from the church, online critics conjectured that it was more about upholding appearances than it was about practicing true worship. There isn't much proof that the Browns are still going to church or even actively following their faith these days. None of them are polygamous at the moment. Despite being wedded, Christine claims she will never again be a part of the sister-wife relationship. This indicates a shift, but it does not imply that her religious beliefs are no longer significant. The Browns' relationship with religion has evolved significantly over the seasons, which makes sense when you think about it. Anyone's relationship with faith is going to be complicated by being on national television. The family has been the focus of spectacular headlines, legal concerns, and public scrutiny. Despite being so open at one point, this might have encouraged them to keep their religious activities private. However, internal family changes have probably also contributed. In recent years, Kody has lost Meri, Janelle, and Christine. They are no longer the cohesive polygamous family that got a reality show, which, given Kody's inflated ego, was likely previously a major source of pride for him. Divorce is acceptable but discouraged in AUB, particularly if it splits a polygamous family. Kody may isolate himself from fundamentalist groups as a result of his incapacity to keep his marriages intact. After being criticized by 3 of his wives on national television, he is no longer able to maintain the illusion of a strong patriarch. This must be much more painful because we've all seen how much Kody cares about his appearance. Religion has virtually disappeared from the show these days, to be replaced by more drama than ever before. We're not whining either. Life changes and reality TV reflects this, albeit in a more dramatic way. Furthermore, it's not as if viewers ever tuned in to hear Kody preach. Sister Wives has changed significantly throughout the years. It followed a united polygamous family as they managed their hectic life when it made its TLC premiere in 2010. After divorcing his first wife, Meri, in 2014, Kody Brown legally wed Robyn, his 4th wife, whom he had spiritually wedded during the first season. After marrying Meri in 1990, Kody quickly took on 2 more wives, Christine in 1994 and Janelle in 1993, both of whom were spiritual unions. But the Brown family is merely a shadow of what it used to be. Relationship problems were apparent from the beginning and only became worse with time. After 27 years together, Christine was the first to break up with Kody in 2021. After 30 years of marriage, Meri announced her divorce in 2023, and Janelle followed in late 2022. The only person left in an inadvertent monogamous relationship with Kody is Robyn, who has expressed her dissatisfaction with it. The fact that 3 of the 4 wives have finally left has caused fans to exhale with relief. Despite years of emotional neglect and favoritism that were depicted on TV, it actually took decades. It's remarkable that the spouses stayed as long as they did, considering Kody's conceited demeanor. Why did they stay? The Browns' religious heritage may have been one of the strongest factors holding them together. In the early seasons, their religious practices were frequently addressed and displayed, but this is no longer the case. The Browns belong to a conservative Mormon organization called the Apostolic United Brethren, AUB, which holds that polygamy is required to ascend to the highest level of heaven. Therefore, several marriages are recommended, but not necessary. Although divorce is legal in theory, it is not recommended because it is thought to violate the covenant. The majority of the Browns were polygamous from birth. Christine, Mary, and Kody were all from many families. Despite not being polygamous, Janelle was brought up as a Mormon, until her mother became the second wife of Kody's father. That is, until they were legally step-siblings. Janelle and Kody met that way. Robyn was the only wife without a polygamous history, but after she was spiritually married into the family, she appeared to fully accept the lifestyle. According to the Browns, divorce is a significant decision with far-reaching effects. The dread of social rejection or spiritual condemnation was probably quite palpable for wives who were brought up in the culture, such as Christine and Mary. Leaving a plural marriage signifies the loss of one's everlasting family and heavenly blessings, and it goes beyond simply leaving a husband. Even though the women were extremely unhappy with Kody, it may have been impossible for them to leave because of the ingrained guilt caused by this religious pressure. In addition to religious pressure, the Brown household was also influenced by emotional and psychological factors. Viewers of Sister Wives for a long time have noticed a significant change in Kody's conduct, with him favoring Robyn above his other wives more and more. The fact that Kody legally divorced Mary in 2014 before marrying Robyn and adopting her kids was one of the major turning moments in their relationship. It made it very evident to the family that Robyn's needs came first. During COVID, it was much more difficult to overlook the bias. Kody chose to stay with Robyn and refused to see his other wives and children because of safety concerns, though he didn't always follow the same social separation guidelines. Kody fueled animosity by gaslighting the other spouses and accusing them of treachery if they voiced concerns. One may argue that Robyn contributed to the upholding of the established power structure as well. She backed Kody's stringent COVID regulations, which kept Kody nearer to her and alienated the family. Although Robyn promoted a victim mindset, her actions typically helped her standing in the family rather than anybody else. Favoritism, gaslighting, and guilt-tripping are some of the manipulation techniques used by Kody and Robyn that probably caused the other spouses to question their discontent and vie for Kody's approval, making it more difficult for them to end the destructive cycle. It's also possible that the spouses found it difficult to depart because of their financial ties to the family. The Browns have often battled financially throughout the years, even with the TLC salary. Mary and Kody declared bankruptcy in 2005, even before the show, owing more than $229,000. Years prior, Janelle had also declared personal bankruptcy, alleging debt. The Browns bought a number of Coyote Pass land parcels after moving to Arizona in 2018 with the intention of constructing many houses for their whole family. But because of their financial problems, construction never started. When Christine eventually departed, the preparations were further put on hold, and the other two wives soon followed. Years after the multiple marriages failed, they only recently sold the land in Coyote Pass and severed their financial connections. Divorcing the Browns meant losing access to their joint financial resources and maybe experiencing instability, so it wasn't as simple as simply walking away emotionally. The spouses may not have known how they would live on their own after decades of entangled debts and assets, so this financial anxiety made them feel stuck. Despite their obvious dissatisfaction, Mary, Christine, and Janelle remained with Kody for a considerable amount of time for a variety of reasons. Although it's unclear if Robyn will ever follow suit, she might leave Kody if he doesn't agree to reopen their marriage because she has stated that she doesn't want to be his only wife. Janelle Brown's bold new revelation about her marriage to Kody Brown. It wasn't just him who pushed me to start a new life. Introduction. The Sister Wives world has been rocked by a bombshell revelation from none other than Janelle Brown herself. For years, fans have watched her navigate the complexities of polygamy, the highs and lows of her relationships with Kody Brown, and her role within the Brown family dynamic. But now, Janelle is opening up like never before, revealing a truth that many fans may not have expected. In her recent comments, Janelle makes it crystal clear. It wasn't just Kody who pushed her to begin a new chapter in her life. It was her decision as much as his. For the first time, Janelle is offering insights into her personal journey, and these comments suggest a deeper, more layered reason for her decision to part ways from Kody than we've been led to believe. The reveal is explosive, and it's set to change how viewers see the entire Brown family dynamic. Let's dive into everything we know about Janelle's bold new revelation and how it's shaking the foundations of the Sister Wives universe. Chapter 1. The Strain of the Marriage, a Silent Struggle. For years, viewers have witnessed Janelle's strained relationship with Kody, one that often felt distant and disconnected. While Kody's marriages to Robin, Mary, and Christine played out with their own challenges, Janelle's was often marked by emotional distance, a lack of intimacy, and a palpable sense of dissatisfaction. For Janelle, this was not just about the absence of affection from her husband. It was about the silent struggle that quietly took a toll on her sense of self-worth. Janelle has always been known for her calm demeanor and practicality, often acting as the voice of reason amidst the chaos of the Brown family. But behind that calm exterior, there was a woman who felt unappreciated, undervalued, and at times, even invisible. And though many of us assumed it was Kody's actions that primarily led to their unraveling, Janelle is now shedding light on a truth that has been hidden for far too long. Chapter 2. The Turning Point. It wasn't just Kody. In a recent interview, Janelle opened up about her decision to move forward with a fresh start, and it was nothing short of eye-opening. It wasn't just Kody who pushed me to start a new life. It was me, too, she said. This candid admission marks a pivotal moment in Janelle's personal journey, as it's the first time she's publicly acknowledged that the decision to change her life was not solely triggered by Kody's actions or demands. Janelle explained that, over time, she came to realize that her marriage to Kody was not fulfilling her emotional needs in the way she had hoped. She found herself yearning for more independence, more self-love, and more clarity in her life. But it wasn't just the lack of attention from Kody that drove her to this point. It was the growing realization that she had been living her life for others, always putting the needs of the family above her own, and it was time for her to reclaim her personal happiness. Chapter 3. The Shift in Janelle's Mindset, a New Era of Empowerment. As Janelle's journey unfolded, fans watched her begin to transform before their eyes. From her newfound confidence to her decision to embrace a more independent lifestyle, Janelle was changing in ways that seemed both empowering and, at times, shocking. Her decision to live in North Carolina and build a new life away from Kody was a major turning point, and it was clear that she was no longer the same woman who had quietly endured the ups and downs of her polygamous marriage. In her recent comments, Janelle revealed that she had come to a profound understanding of her own worth. "I didn't just walk away from Kody, I walked toward the person I wanted to become. And that's something I had to do for myself," she said. This statement resonates deeply with fans who have watched Janelle's gradual shift from a woman caught in a web of polygamous constraints to a woman boldly stepping into her own power. Chapter 4. The Impact of Janelle's New Life, what it means for her and the family. While Janelle's comments have sent shockwaves through the Sister Wives community, the impact of her newfound independence goes beyond just her personal life. As one of Kody's longest-standing wives, her decision to step away from the family dynamic is significant. It's not just about her personal growth, it's about the ripple effect her transformation will have on the rest of the Brown family. Janelle's move to North Carolina signals a major shift in her relationship with Kody, one that will undoubtedly impact the way they co-parent their children and navigate their remaining family ties. Her newfound independence raises questions about the future of the Brown family, especially as Kody's relationships with his other wives continue to evolve. But perhaps the most intriguing question is what this means for Kody's other wives, particularly Robin. With Janelle stepping into a new chapter, will Robin feel the pressure to do the same? And what about Mary and Christine, who have already made bold moves in their own lives? The future of the Brown family is uncertain, but Janelle's revelation has set the stage for even more drama and revelations in the seasons to come. Chapter 5. Janelle's Empowerment and the Rewriting of Her Story. What makes Janelle's recent comments so powerful is that they represent a broader narrative of empowerment and self-realization. In a family where the focus has often been on Kody and his relationships with each wife, Janelle's decision to prioritize her own happiness is a radical act of self-love. For years, Janelle was often seen as the steady one, the wife who kept things together while Kody juggled his relationships. But now, she's reclaiming her story and proving that she is so much more than just the quiet, practical wife. She's an individual with her own desires, dreams, and aspirations. And that shift in perspective is one that many fans can relate to, especially those who have spent years feeling unappreciated or trapped in their own situations.